Hey guys, I am the church militia here. I recently just had somebody ask me about the Nazis and ask me a little bit more information about the Nazis. And of course, the Nazis and the papacy were very much connected. I want to start off with, where did we get fascism? Fascism came from, believe it or not, the Roman Catholic Church. It came from a doctrine called ultramontanism, ultramontane, and it was basically crafted by this man here, Pope Pius IX, in his Syllabus of Errors and other papal bulls and writings. The origin of the Nazis actually came from the Catholics as well. This man here's name is Franz von Papen. He is a Knight of Malta, a high papal knight, and a papal nuncio, at one point in time a German chancellor. Very highly connected man. And this man is central in starting what was called the Catholic Zentrum Party. The Catholic Zentrum Party was a ploy by the Archbishop and others in the Catholic movement to elect this ultramontane fascist dictator that was so readily wanted and accepted in Germany at this time. And believe it or not, Hitler was a devout Roman Catholic as well. You can see here, he's got his Maltese cross. Today, I believe that I am acting in accordance with the will of the Almighty Creator. Of course, the Catholics believe that the Almighty Creator and the Pope are one and the same. This is Eugenio Maria Giuseppe Giovanni Pacelli. This is Pope Pius XII. Pope Pius XII was a close friend of Hitler, actually. He was a papal nuncio to the previous Pope, Pope Paul VI. And this man was very influential as well and played a very important part in Hitler's rise to power. Notice also the same Maltese cross, which the Nazis so often used. Again, here is another representation of the same cross. You see this cross everywhere. This cross represents the papacy. It represents Rome. It's supposed to typically represent a Babylonian pyramid, because if you look at a pyramid from the top, this is what it's supposed to look like. A good book to read about this topic is Behind the Dictators, a factual analysis of the relationship of Nazi fascism and Roman Catholicism. Of course, here's Pope Pius XII and Hitler shaking hands, good buddies, bosom buddies, Pacelli. Secret History of the Jesuits is a good book to read. This book reveals that the whole ultramontane fascist movement of the Nazis was carried along by the Jesuits in the Roman Catholic Church. It's by a man named Edmund Paris. Okay, here's Hitler greeting a bunch of Catholic curiate and bishops and whatever, and of course you have the Maltese cross once again, and them doing the salute. Hitler greets two Roman Catholic officials in 1934. Hitler said, quote, "As for the Jews, I am just carrying on with the same policy which the Catholic Church has adopted for 1,500 years," unquote. And the Catholic Church has adopted the policy, of course, of persecuting the Jews on every level. And of course, the Jesuits have always blamed everything that they do on the Jews. I'm seeing it happen now in the truther community right now. The national Nazi government will regard it as its first and foremost duty to revive in the nation the spirit of unity and cooperation. It will preserve and defend those basic principles on which our nation has been built. It regards Christianity as the foundation of our national morality and the family as the basis of national life. Hitler's proclamation of My New Order to the German nation, Berlin, February 1st, 1933. And of course, the New Order is just another way of saying going back to the old order of the Roman Catholic. And by Christianity, of course, he means Roman Catholicism. Here's another figure, just to go to the American theater real quick. This is Francis Cardinal Spellman, who was Cardinal of New York, Archbishop rather, of New York for many decades. appointed by his good friend Pacelli, Pope Pius XII. A good book to read about this man is The American Pope by John Cooney. Here he is with FDR. Him and FDR were good friends. FDR, of course, was a 33rd degree, 32nd degree Shriner Freemason, High Freemason. Francis Cardinal Spellman was the heads of the Knights of Malta, as is every archbishop since him. Here he is with Dwight D. Eisenhower. All the presidents were very, very closely associated with the Archbishop of New York. The Archbishop of New York got the nickname the American Pope, and he is a very, very, very powerful political leader. You never see a Jewish rabbi, with this kind of power. And people go in and to the what's called the Al Smith dinner, and basically getting the graces of the Archbishop and all the Knights of Malta, and of course the Knights of Malta run the intelligence agency. Here he is with JFK, and him and JFK did not like each other very much, because JFK, even though he was our first Roman Catholic president, he was resistant to the political power of the Pope, and he made it clear in his speeches that he would not bow down to the temporal power of the Pope. And of course, going all the way over to the Russian theater, we can't forget Joe Stalin. What does it matter who the people want in an election? It is enough that they know that there was an election. The people who cast the votes decide nothing. The people who count the votes decide everything. Of course, Joe Stalin was a devout Roman Catholic as well. He was raised and trained by Jesuits as well. So we can't rule out that Joseph Stalin was completely controlled by Jesuits as well. And all was well during World War II in the Vatican and with the devil. And this is a picture here of a horrible statue that was created in, I think, 1977 or so. It's supposed to be a representation of Jesus, but as you can see, it looks almost kind of like reptilian there. Well, this is basically the throne of the Pope in Rome, and it's actually inside of what's called the Pope Paul VI auditorium. Look at that giant snake. It looks like a snake. You can see it basically in the mouth there is where the Pope sits. And so the Pope is speaking from the mouth of the serpent in this basic depiction here. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys, man. Thanks for watching. I am the Church Militia. God bless.